Okay, so my name's Austin, and this is my next video in the series on why I love the novel Infinite Jest. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a conversation that happens between pages 672 and 683, in which Thierry Poutrincourt and Helen Steepley are talking about why ETA wouldn't allow one of their students to speak to a journalist or a reporter. One of the things that comes up in this conversation is Thierry creating a list of real life tennis players who won major tournaments as teenagers. And the point of bringing this up is to say that tennis is a sport where the physical requirements to play at an elite level can be obtained at a fairly young age. However, ETA as an academy believes it isn't enough to just prepare their students with these physical skills. They think it's also necessary to provide the students that go to the academy with the mentality required to achieve success at a high level without collapsing under some of the pressures this success can create. And this belief that the academy should give students certain mental skills as well as physical ones is why they won't let students speak to members of the media before the age of 18 when they leave the academy. And I'm not going to break down this entire conversation in full detail, but I think this conversation represents an idea that exists throughout the novel with James and Cadenza, his father, a number of other characters, Lamontchu for a bit. But this idea of what it means to achieve success without needing it, and how needing success can hurt a person even if they do manage to accomplish everything they wanted to. There are two examples that this conversation between Thierry and Helen brings up that I find particularly interesting, which is one, the person that needs success because their identity is based in the way other people see them. And they know that achieving success will make other people like them. And then there are also people that need success because they believe it will bring their life some kind of completion or meaning. And how for both of these people that need success, achieving it will not help them at all. If anything, it will hurt them. For the person who needs success because they find their value in the way other people see them, and they believe success will make other people see them in a favorable light, this person can be hurt by achieving success because of the fear of what happens once you have it, the fear of losing success once you have it. Thierry brings up in the conversation how for some of these young players, these 15 or 16-year-olds that get into the late rounds of major tournaments, how they have a certain advantage, a mental advantage over the higher ranked players that are expected to be in the later rounds of the tournament. How even if they have the mentality of needing other people to like them, in these first couple of tournaments, they do have the mental advantage because unlike the big name player they're going up against, they have zero expectations. Or at the very least, by making it this far into the tournament, they have already exceeded every expectation that was placed on them. So all of the love and adoration that they want, they've already received. And so they get to go into some of these later rounds playing like they have nothing to lose. The problem with this is it can only last so long. The first one or two tournaments where they win against all expectations and they receive all of the love and adoration they were hoping for, this is something that can't repeat, because eventually they will stop being the underdog and the expectation will be for them to win. And now, if they don't win, they will be disappointing people. And so for someone who needs success because they need people to like them, because that's all of what their identity is, they have now placed themselves in a trap, because they believe their value comes from the way other people see them, and they know that people will only see them positively if they win. Within this situation, this person will now believe that if they lose, they no longer have value. And this can allow a person to put an incredible amount of pressure on themselves, where winning or losing a specific match entirely determines their value as a human being. And once this person starts putting this pressure on themselves, they begin to collapse. And the novel gives examples of various players, whether it be just straight up burnout or drug and alcohol abuse, whatever, of young players who achieved success and very quickly just fell off the map. The other type of person who, needing success, can actually be hurt by achieving it, is the person who believes that whatever their form of success is, whether it be becoming the number one ranked player in the world or winning the US Open or the French Open, whatever it is, the person that believes success will bring their life meaning, the achievement of success can also hurt this person, because most of the time, once they achieve what they want to, even if there is a short blip of happiness, they will eventually realize that the success that they have worked their whole life to achieve, in fact, does not bring them meaning. And when this happens, this person becomes completely lost, because every action they took, everything they thought they were supposed to do to make their life worth something, they now know was false. They now know the path that they were going down leads nowhere. And so they really have no idea what it is they're supposed to do now. And in this situation of feeling lost, a person can end up in a very bad place. And overall, this conversation brings up this very interesting idea of the harms of needing success even if you achieve it. And it's something that is mentioned in this conversation, but it comes up many times throughout the novel, where you have James Incandenza, who achieved success across multiple fields. You have his father, who had potential, but it didn't work out. You have all these different characters who are pursuing success to some degree, and the ways that it affects them in some capacity. It's just an idea that I find really interesting. And yeah, that's all for this video.